Hi, I'm Jill Galloway. I'm an artist educator with the National Portrait Gallery and a full-time artist with J.J. Galloway Studio. In today's Drawn to Figures lesson, we're talking about how to draw hands. Now, this is one of those glass ceilings for artists sometimes. They get really nervous about drawing hands, most likely because there's just so many ways that a hand can move. We're going to keep things very simple, though, and break it into basic shapes first, and then we'll move forward from there. Okay, let's get started. For today's lesson, I'm going to use charcoal pencils. These pencils come in different levels of hardness. Soft charcoals are easiest to erase and smudge. Harder are still smudgy, but not as easy to erase. Regular pencils work just fine too. There's several glass ceilings for artists, and hands seem to be one of them. Hands are intricate. There's a lot going on within the hands, and the sheer number of positions a hand can make is intimidating for some. And hands are familiar. You really need to let go of what you think hands look like and just draw exactly what you see. There are 27 bones in a hand, 29 major joints, and 123 ligaments and 34 muscles, all found only in the palm and the forearm, and that's what moves the fingers around. Now, when I start any hand, I start with a very basic mitten shape. Now, the back of the hand is the shape of a trapezoid. At the top of the trapezoid are the knuckles, so draw in 4 evenly spaced round circles for those knuckles. Draw in whichever finger is easiest to see first. Now remember, there's little bones inside that finger, and bones don't bend. They will only bend at the knuckle, so you have to note where each knuckle is with a little circle and measure from circle to make sure you have the bone angles correct. I like to draw an angle in between each of the knuckles to make sure you have them lined up correctly. Once you're sure everything's in the right place, go ahead and build the fingers around each knuckle. Now, don't guess at the length of fingers, measure. Everybody has a different length of fingers because it's determined by hormones. For my math people, finger bones are 2/3 the size of the section before it, so they fold in a spiral that matches the Fibonacci sequence. And when you fold your fingers inward, they all collapse towards the thumb. The fingers are cylinders with side planes. If your fingers look like sausages, you need to add the side planes. The skin on your fingers is reacting to what's underneath of it, so the bones of the fingers are actually flat on top and curved underneath. The creases on the palm side of your fingers is where the skin attaches to the ligaments. If you stopped bending your fingers, those creases would eventually flatten out. Adding the thumb, at the base, it's a triangle shape. Pay careful attention to the negative space between the fingers. Remember, negative space is the area around something. Adding nails will help make your fingers look less sausage-like. Note, the nail is curved. If your fingers aren't all visible, still consider where they are because they're part of the whole hand. You might need to draw through some fingers in your imagination or lightly on your drawing if the fingers are intertwined. Here's a sample of some of my favorite hands from our Hall of Presidents. This is one of those lessons that the more you practice, the better you'll get. And the best part is, you don't have to go very far for a model. You can just draw your own hand anytime. We would love to see what you came up with today. If you wouldn't mind posting your results on social media with the hashtag MyMPG, then we can all check it out. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.